Hello once again, everybody, and welcome back to Knox Asian Recipes. Today, Thai vegan crepes, and there's the finished product, one of them. Two different fillings today. One of the fillings has coconut, corn, sesame, coconut cream, and the other filling is based on carrots. So to start, Nok is going to grate 3 carrots that she's already peeled. When she has them grated, she adds a good amount of salt to them and let them sit for about 10 minutes. Then she can squeeze out some of the excess moisture. This makes them remain crunchy. Now she's going to rinse them off and then squeeze again. Okay, now she's going to continue to prepare her carrot filling by adding some sugar and water into a frying pan and dissolve the sugar and cook this up, make her own syrup. When she gets the texture she wants, then she adds in her grated carrot and stir it up quite well so she can coat all of the carrot with the syrup. She cooks this on medium heat just for a little while until it's dry enough and all of the carrot is coated with the sugar. So Nok will set her carrot filling aside and move on to the grated coconut. She's going to make another syrup, a little bit different this time. She'll use sugar and water the same way, but to this one she'll add a little bit of brown sugar, which tends to maintain the texture of the grated coconut and also enhances the flavor, the natural flavor of the coconut. And she'll mix the brown sugar well into the syrup before she incorporates her grated coconut. And she's also going to add a little bit of vanilla extract for flavor. And as she's cooking this on medium heat, then she's going to mix it quite well so all of it gets combined and until it turns a light brown color. There we have 2 of the key ingredients for the fillings ready to go. Now to start making her batter, Nok takes 100 ml of warm water, a tablespoon of sugar, and a teaspoon of yeast. Stir it together, and this is activating the yeast for the batter. So as she's stirring this mixture, you can see a little bit of the yeast sticks to her spoon. This indicates to her that her yeast is active and good. So she'll set this aside just for a little while she's mixing her flours. Nok likes to use a combination of rice flour and wheat flour, which gives an interesting texture to the crepe and also, of course, has less gluten. Once she has her flours mixed up, she adds salt, just a teaspoon, and about 3 or 4 tablespoons of sugar, 150 ml of coconut milk. She's reserved the rest of the can of coconut milk to make her cream later. Now she'll add her activated yeast mixture and start to mix this together. Next, she's going to take 250 ml of water, which she is going to add little by little until she gets the consistency of her batter. And of course, she wants this to be as homogeneous and smooth as possible. And now she has her batter well mixed. She adds 1 teaspoon of baking powder, which will make it puff up when she cooks the crepe. And now the batter is ready to cover and set aside for 2 to 3 hours. And while the batter is resting, then she's going to roast some black sesame. She adds a little bit of white sesame into it because this will help her see when it's ready. When the white sesame is becoming toasted, then the black sesame will be toasted as well. And after she turns off the heat, she continues to move it a little while because she doesn't want it to burn it all in the pan. And then now she's going to make her coconut cream, which she has 250 ml of coconut milk, which was the rest of the can left over. She'll add a little bit of salt and about a tablespoon of sugar to this one and start to heat it up and mix this together. She's also going to add some cornstarch to this one, a heaping tablespoon. This will give it a very creamy texture. Start to mix it, add a little water if necessary, and start to cook it up until it becomes just creamy but not too thick. You can see she's been adding a little bit of water from time to time to maintain the texture that she wants. Now for a bit of flavor, she'll give it a splash of vanilla extract, continue to mix it quite well, and then this will be ready also for the filling. And there you can see all of the ingredients ready for the filling. Back to the batter, which has been resting for a couple of hours. And you can see that it's been bubbling up a little bit, which indicates the yeast are active. Check the texture, and now she's going to add just about a teaspoon of baking soda, which will make them crispy on the outside when she cooks this because they have no egg in them, being a vegan recipe. So she's ready to put this all together now. In a small frying pan, just an appropriate size for one crepe, she'll add a little bit of oil and coat the pan with the oil. You don't have to have standing oil in the pan, just as you might for cooking a pancake. Just coat the pan with a little bit of oil, and she'll take one ladleful and place it into the pan. Nok is cooking this on medium-low heat. It'll only take a couple of minutes. She'll cover it up a little bit once she gets it spread out so that it won't stay so thick in the middle that it'll be too moist. And then after she's cooked it with the lid on just for a short while, she's ready to add her filling into it. This Thai dessert is known as Thang Taek. Sorry about my pronunciation for native Thai speakers. And the carrot that she's made today is reminiscent of the eggs that they would use, actually sweetened egg yolks, for this dish. And this coconut cream is really the touch for this dessert. It makes it so delicious and creamy. Top it off with a little sesame, both black and white. And now she's just going to gently fold it over, and it's ready to go. Then she's going to continue the process using her grated coconut mixture to make the next crepe. Each time you use the batter, you're going to want to mix it to make sure that none of the flour is settling out. Keep it nice and creamy and homogeneous so it'll form a well-cooked crepe. And you can see how it bubbles up a little bit in the middle as it's cooking. This is how she knows it's ready for the filling, just as you might know a pancake is ready to turn over. And you can see the color and the aroma of this grated coconut is incredible. It's all natural ingredients. The combination of the coconut, the corn, the way she's prepared the cream, it's just so delicious. From this 8-inch pan and the batch that she made today, she was able to get 10 crepes. So delicious. They smell so nice. And these are ready to go, thankfully, because it's almost coffee time here in Costa Rica. And they are so delicious, crispy, fluffy, creamy. We hope you try this at home. Hope you like this video. Thank you so much for watching. And enjoy this. Be creative with the filling that you want to use. And bon appetit.